Hey everybody, Shane here, dailyastrocat.com, talking to you today about Mercury in Aquarius. Are they mad scientists? Oh, the hair is in honor of that, right? Yes. Or are they cultural icons? Well, depends on how you look at it, right? If you're born Mercury in Aquarius, why wouldn't you want to be the cultural icon? And where does this imagery come from? All right, let's talk about this because we want to talk about astrology, and this is part of my introductory series into astrology, basically focusing on some various aspects and things like that. This will make for a very interesting article. You can read the printed version of it in my blog on dailyastrocat.com. On the blog site, I'll have it tagged there. It'll be also tagged in the bottom of this video, or you can just merely listen to this and get the transcript, right? The printed version is going to be just a little bit different. This is my explanation of astrology for everybody out there, for all levels. Doesn't matter if you're beginner, advanced, intermediate, wherever you happen to be, there's something here for you. So let's talk about this. This is going to be almost like a intermediate level, let's say. Let's think about this. If mental functionality were the sole determinant of intelligence, Mercury in Aquarius would score very highly. It would. Mercury, the planet that represents logic, reasoning, communication, and our senses, is going to be in the innovative, eccentric, and freedom-loving sign of Aquarius. This is a combination that will learn the rules just to break them. Both of the aspects of this will be pursued with equal vigor. Now, why do we say that? Let's think about this for a second, okay? Mercury, as the ruler of Gemini, the mutable air sign, is in the fixed air sign of Aquarius. Air signs, right? Astrologers love to call this relationship a triplicity. This is the basis of the trine aspect you may be familiar with. Fixed signs are in the middle of the season, and in the northern hemisphere, the midwinter sign is Aquarius. It cares about the collective, but values the freedom of the individual. Would this seemingly disparate notion appeal to the rulers of Gemini? Why, yes, it would. Now, what about the ruler of Aquarius? Aquarius happens to have two rulers. Saturn is the traditional ruler of Aquarius, right? And Uranus is the modern ruler. To the earlier astronomers, Saturn was the final planet, and it was the outermost limit of our solar system. We didn't know anymore. Mankind did not know anything was beyond Saturn. It's what we could see in the sky until there were telescopes. And even after telescopes, it took until 1781 before William Herschel said, hey, look, I see another planet. I think it's a planet. Wasn't sure, right? Took a little while for it to become known, and that became Uranus, the first modern planet. Saturn in Aquarius represents the social structures that will bind a group of people together. Now think about this. When we're talking about the zodiac, we're talking about signs, we're talking about Aquarius. Aquarius is the 11th sign, right? So therefore, the 11th house values of peer groups, social networks, organizations, and shared viewpoints, those are all very Saturnian at their core. It's the organization that holds it together, right? That's Saturn's about structures. Saturn's about institutions. So when Uranus was first discovered, during the American Revolution, new ideas were emerging regarding the rights of man, independence and freedom, no longer being subject to the will of a king. Now, Uranus is considered to be the higher vibration of Mercury, so there's an immediate affinity between the two planets. The Uranian significations of Aquarius are the uniqueness, the electricity, the sudden changes, and originality, right? Inventiveness, right? Now, we can see how Mercury in Aquarius would have a sparkling quality that would result in a probing yet disciplined mind. We take that probing quality of Aquarius, go reaching out, right? Uranus, it's the sign of the astrologer. We're looking to the stars for guidance. We're looking to the cosmos for these things. Flight, yeah, it governs flight. Inventions? Yes, inventions. And it's a larger technology. It's not personal technology like Mercury is with your immediate technology that you can carry on your body, or you happen to be able to, like for example, transportation, vehicles, things like that. It's larger technology. It's computer technology. It is. They both work hand in hand. Now, going off the script a little bit, when you go into tarot, the signs of the air signs are swords, right? So the air signs, that's our ideas, and that's what really the swords are about in tarot. It's about the ideas. It's about, and sometimes if you think about it, swords is probably one of the worst suits too, because it's just all the disasters and the victorious enemies and betrayals and things like that. Broken hearts, stabbed through the heart. Um, it's a very, for some reason, it gets a very negative, uh, negative connotations to it, and that's because swords are items of war. They're martial in nature, and if you think about it, Mars is considered to be a malefic, and Mars is severing. Has an energy that tends to sever, according to the older astrological views of it. Now, once we take that into consideration, let's think about this, because Mercury in Aquarius takes those ideas, takes those things, but it has limitations. So that mind, even though it was going to want to go out into the cosmos or innovate or carry on for society or invent something new or just have a unique expression of something, you got Saturn there saying, hold on a second, hold on. What are the rules? What are you trying to do? And then once you put that energy into figuring out what the rules are, okay, now how are we going to twist those rules? How are we going to make those rules morph in such a way? How are we going to break the rules, right? Now, think about this. I want to throw a couple things out here for you to really consider before we get into this. Here's a few examples of cultural icons who have Mercury in Aquarius. Consider that both Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart and Georg Friedrich Handel have Mercury in Aquarius. Both were the toast of their respective cities and represented the pinnacle of early classical music. Right. Mozart, the prodigy. Everybody knows his music. Handel, the Messiah. Water music. You know it. You've heard it. You've heard it tons of times. Handel is very popular. Now, okay, classical radio stations are playing that stuff daily on radio stations, even 275 years later. That's an icon. They didn't invent the genre, but they represent it. Now, not surprisingly, there are modern parallels to this as well. Bob Marley had his Mercury in Aquarius, and so did John Lydon. You may know him as Johnny Rotten. Both are the face of their respective genres, like it or not. Like Mozart and Handel, they didn't create the genre, but they are the most public and best known face and embodiment of that subculture. Now, speaking of subcultures, the beat writers. Oh, yes, the beat writers. Beatniks, right? Jack Kerouac, On the Road, William S. Burroughs. They both had Mercury in Aquarius. They're both cultural icons who represent the beat movement in the middle of the 20th century. Speakers and seekers who were looking to challenge and change society. Very, very Aquarian, right? The Mercury is the writing part. The changing society and driving for that change, that is the Aquarian part. If you have your Mercury in Aquarius, this is going to resonate very strongly with you, right? Hey, beat writers, yeah, cool, right? Or maybe Mozart, maybe Handel, maybe Bob Marley, maybe Johnny Rotten. Who knows? Maybe Rihanna. That's another one. Maybe Bill Maher or Chelsea Handler. Both Mercury and Aquarius. Talk show hosts created their own little gig, their own little subcultural genre of the talk show with infused with humor, right? They got the gift of gab. That's Mercury. The persistence and patience to carry it through, to be innovative, to be communicative, to do the things, to become that kind of like a an example of what that genre, what that show, what that element could possibly be, that's Aquarius. Now, resonates with you. You're logical. So you're a logical person. You're data driven to an extent that it no longer, until the point where it no longer matters. Then it's time to mess it up, right? You're prone to fits of sudden inspiration and brilliance. Aha! The lightning striking, right? Very, very Uranian. Sudden idea, right? The flash. Eureka! Oh, yes, exactly. And you're keeping up with the news, and you're occasionally fighting City Hall. That's right. Standing up for yourself. Standing up for your own unique expression of you. All right? A lot of that Aquarius rubs off on your mode of thinking. All right? Now, because you can typically, we figure with Mercury being 60 degrees of the sun, you could be Sagittarius with Mercury in Aquarius. You could be Capricorn with Mercury in Aquarius. You could be Aquarius with Mercury in Aquarius. You could even be Aries and have your Mercury in Aquarius if it was the right time of year. It would just have to hit it just right. All right? And definitely Pisces. So, think about this. And those are sun signs, okay? Sun signs would be in those, and Mercury would be somewhere in that range. Okay. Now, whether you're fighting City Hall or you're keeping up with the news, there's a detachment in all of this. These qualities can make for a good scientist. Yes, I'm detached from it. I'm progressive. I'm methodical. I have a method. Saturn. Also, a little bit of Virgo, maybe, because Mercury is also the ruler of Virgo. Doesn't have to be all about air. It doesn't have to be all about the whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Sometimes you can just get down with it, because Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn as well, Earth sign. Virgo, ruler's Mercury, Earth sign. Now, these qualities, not only they make for a good scientist, but look, your unique sense of fashion, yeah, you might have that, could make you seem like a little bit of a mad scientist. Okay? You are inventive, and you can be so on an epic level. Bob Marley's music is still wildly popular. You have a good mind for anything you set it to, for good or for ill. Now, if you think about that and you want to think about the different things, drop me a comment. Tell me what you think about your Mercury in Aquarius. Does this resonate with you, or missing the mark? I think this is pretty right on. I'm going to leave you with the words of Mozart, probably one of the most famous examples of this Mercury in Aquarius, all right? And this really just hammers it home. Neither a lofty degree of intelligence nor imagination, nor both of them together, go into the making of genius. Love, love, love. That is the soul of genius. Is it any wonder that Valentine's Day is in the same sign as Mozart's sun, Mercury, Saturn, and Venus? Nope, not at all. There you have it. That's what I think about Mercury in Aquarius. It comes in all the time in all of my chart readings, my dailies. You'll see that. Let me know what you think. I hope you have a wonderful day. And as I always say, thank you for listening. I love each and every one of you. Happy astrocatting.